now going to do a couple of projects from the beautiful Botanicals. Now I love this because this is like a tria collection. So for each one you get stamps, you get dies, and you get embossing folders, which I've not got in front of me right now, but you get the 3 elements. So you can really, and they all are sized exactly the same, so you can layer them up if you want to. So what I've got on here is I've got some of my Apple Blossom stamp set, and I've also got some of my Lilac Tria stamp set as well. So I'm going to do it in my load and fold, which I love using. So just pick up those elements, and then I'm using my Memento ink because I'm going to be colouring with my ink lily pens, and my ink lily pens are alcohol pens, so we use opposite ink. So I'm using a water-based ink and an alcohol pen. So I'm going to tap that onto there and then stamp. I know I'm going to have to stamp more than once, but that's absolutely fine because I've got my load and fold, so it'll let me do that. So I can press those down as much as I need to. That's not a bad impression for the first time. Then we can just come in and just add on a bit more. Now, even though Memento dries really quick, I usually leave it for at least half an hour to make sure it's properly cured before I start colouring. So I've actually got some that are already stamped, but I just want to show you the quality of the stamped image. So we can press that on here. I have loved using this collection. It's really made me enjoy my colouring, because we forget about colouring because we just use our charisma all the time, but this is a lovely way to do it. Now look at that. That to me is the perfect finish. So I can take those out. Now once you've got those there, you then think to yourself, okay, I've now got to cut all these out, and it's a bit of a bind, but that's not a problem because you actually get the dies that match. So I'm going to put that one to one side so it can dry, and I bring in the one that I've already got. So let's just bring in my mat. Now I'm just going to cut out the lilac one to show you. Now the choice is yours to whether you colour and then cut, or cut and then colour. That is the right one. I was thinking it was a bigger one. So now you can see these dies fit absolutely perfect with about a 1mm border around the outside, so it's a beautiful effect. So once you've cut, once you've stamped, you can then pop your die on there, and then we can cut that out. And like I say, it's up to you whether you stamp, colour and cut, or stamp, cut and colour. There isn't a right or there isn't a wrong way. It's entirely up to you. So we can pop these through here, all the way through. Now these will probably go through even your small, if you do them one at a time, they'll go through even your smallest die cutting machine, which is really, really great. But this has, I have absolutely loved colouring with this. Now look at that. Can you see I've got that perfect border all the way around the outside? And then it's just a case of getting your pens out and enjoying them. So what I would normally do is I'd use a corner of here, so I'd then just test my pens so that I can remember what colour is which. Now I should have another one somewhere. I know I picked up another one. Nope, I remember picking up number 9 and I don't have that now, so we're going to work with what we've got. So I've got 196, I like that one. That's a nice pale one. This one's going to go a bit darker, yep. And we're going to go even. Oh, that's perfect. So that's going to give me colours, and then I've got some yellow to go in the centre. It's all right because this is all going to cut off. So all you would then do is you would go round. I did have 9. Oh, I have put caps on the wrong end. I'm going to have to look at these. I have mixed up 2 pens with different colour caps. Oh well. And then I can colour in there. That's the darker one. That's the one I wanted. There we go. I can just blend in there. So first of all, I'd go in with the first colour, and then I would then, once I've laid that down, would go in with the second colour, and we can then just drag a little bit out there, back in with my first colour and blend it out. Can you see how it blends out? A little shade of colour there, and then blend it out. And then the last bit I would do is a nice coloured centre, just like that. And then you just keep going until you've coloured it all in. So let's see where we are with my lids. Oh, I have to sort that out when I get home. So I have now got this one all coloured, and you can see we've gone in with the green as well. And then I have cut the apple blossom, done the apple blossom, and I've got some smaller pieces, and I've also got this gorgeous rose. Isn't that lovely? I have really enjoyed colouring these, but look at this dragonfly just by adding in all the colours, and I've made sure I've remembered to do some foliage. So just mix and match all of the different elements together. So what I've then done is, there isn't a USB with this one. You don't need a USB with this. So I have just then gone and found some beautiful, beautiful paper, and I've made myself a card shape. This is one shape I love doing, and I've shown this on the TV so many times by just half cutting a circle. It's just one shape that I really like doing. So I'm going to put my cardstock, make sure I get it, I think that's the right way. Little bit on the inside, a little bit of cardstock on the outside. That's going to go, let's see. Oh no, look at the music notes. I can see that's the right way up now. There. And then I've got a full circle to come over here. And that's going to go just there. And then matching cardstock going on there. Make sure the music is the right way up, and that shows me where my cardstock goes. And then finally I've got a white layer. I'm just going to pop that on with, actually I think I might put that on with some foam pads. We can just raise that up. Let's just put a few foam pads on the back of there. I think that's going to look even nicer. There we are. Nice and quick. And then a little bit of foam tape off the back. Take the backing off. Now this is a card base that you could have made for any project. You could even have this made up in advance. So there is my card blank. You can just see it'll stand perfectly. So it's like half fold. And then we can start adding on our designs. So we've stamped them, and then we have coloured them. So let's just pop that. Now I have got a sentiment, so I'm going to actually place my sentiment so that I don't go over where it wants to go. I might use all of these, I might not use all of these elements. I'll see how it goes. How about, look at that, so much detail. I think that one just there, we've got plenty. Don't forget your leaves, and then I can then shape my dragonfly and pop him on here. So do we need all that? Let me just see what this looks like without that. No, definitely needs the rose in my opinion. So let's just put the lilac on again. I'm going to come right over this way this time, right to the edge of the card. Then the rose, give it a little bit of shape. And all of these have just been stamped and then hand coloured, and it is such a beautifully relaxing thing to do. Then we've got the apple blossom. Now remember, don't come off the bottom of your card, otherwise it's not going to stand up. So you can just see the colour come through, but that's absolutely fine. I've just stamped onto Super Smooth. Super Smooth is perfect for this. Make sure these overlap, because it's going to look so much better. And actually I'm going to use this one next, I think. Does that want to go? No, I'm going to go back to how I was. Pop that there, and then the final one. Change it all the time. Doesn't matter how much I plan them, it always changes as you assemble them, doesn't it? We can pop that just there. Let's put a bit of glue behind the sentiment, and then the shaped dragonfly is going to go just there. And then finally, I'm just going to make sure I've got plenty of foliage all tucked in, because that's what makes the difference. These have been so much fun to colour. really lovely. Now you do get the charisma that goes with these, and maybe you're going to use the charisma as your guide on how to do the colouring. It's entirely up to you. How about that? So much detail, but I've put it on with the glue gel, so we've got that depth and dimension. Isn't that absolutely perfect?